Hi, let me ask you some thoughtful questions again. Let's get started. 1. What is the most interesting or memorable thing you've ever learned? 2. What is the most challenging thing you've faced and what did you learn from it? 3. What is the most impactful thing you've ever experienced in life? And let's see. What is the most significant change you've made in your life? And have you ever met a famous person? Who was it? Next, have you ever lived in a foreign country? What was it? Or where were you? Next, have you ever cooked a meal for your family? What meal was it? Do you remember? And finally, have you ever worked as a volunteer? Now let's look at the questions again. If you noticed, I asked you questions in present perfect. The majority of them were present perfect. So the reason is that to remember would be beneficial, especially it is May 2025 and you have some more free time maybe towards the summer season. So assuming that, I hope you'll have a chance to answer those questions in your head or maybe write it down as well. Write them down as well. So let's move on to the second part. As I asked you grammar focused questions, let's say, have you ever traveled to another country? Have you ever lived in a foreign country? What was it? So we use present perfect to describe one-time actions in our lives or in a week or in a time period that is unfinished. For example, today, let me see what time it is in Ohio. It is 5 p.m. So, let's say the day hasn't ended yet, right? So I can say, I haven't eaten my dinner yet. Or, I've been to classes today. Or, I've had brownie today. You see? So I am telling these sentences in the present perfect because the day hasn't ended yet. If you said so, that's true. And another example can be for an unfinished life. Thanks God, I'm alive. So I say, Italy is the most interesting country I've ever been to. Okay, what have I done? I compared all the countries in my mind and came up with the decision that Italy is the best, let's say. So, all of them are beautiful, it's just an example. So, is the best among all goes to present perfect. But if I want to say, John, let's say, is dead, so I can't say he has ever been to or he has ever lived because with the dead people, we don't use present perfect. The reason is that they are not at the present moment. Okay? And back to some of these questions, I asked you, have you ever lived in a foreign country? And then I said, what was the question? The second question was, follow-up question was, what was it? Yes? It is because we say, have you lived in a foreign country? One, you remember and you say, yeah, I've lived in France. Okay. You don't give extra information. For the extra information, I ask, where was it? Let's say you have already answered. And let's say, how long did you live there? See, how long did you live? So what happens is we don't say, have you lived? The follow-up question is in the past simple tense form usually. So let's say if the person said, yes, I have, simply, and they say, where were you, or what country was it? And then the person says, I was in France. I lived in France for 2 years. Okay? But if we go to France and interview that person and we ask, hello, how long have you lived here? Or have you been living here? I don't want to focus on the present perfect continuous thing. So, how long have you lived here? And the person says, oh, I've lived here for 2 years. Okay? So, what happened? The person is still there. Therefore, we say, I've lived. For example, I've lived here, or I've been living here for a year. So it means I am still in this country. Okay? You can use present perfect continuous. It's because, like, with that sentence, yeah, it would be more natural to use present perfect continuous. I'm sorry, I hope you don't get confused. I will explain present perfect continuous later on. Sorry, not sorry. And then let's give another example. I have a book here. So I have a book here. I say, this is a nice book. And then I say, I've had it since January. I go to the beginning point. I say, since that time. I've had it since January. And if I want to say for, how can I tell the sentence with for? Okay, so we'll say, I've had this book for 5 months, because you need to count. You need to say the duration, how long you've had this book. Okay? And another example can be, we use present perfect with unfinished actions, we said. Let's go back to that with different examples. We say, let me think. Yes. Have you already talked to John yet? So that yet question shows, is it an unfinished or finished action? Okay. So have you done it yet? Have you completed this task yet? Or the person can say, yeah, we've already discussed that issue. So have already discussed. You use already with the present perfect tense form. So you can use for, you can use since, you can use already, yet, and some more as well. That's it, I think. I've talked a lot for 8 minutes. I hope I'm uploading this video to YouTube. I hope you will have a chance to watch it from the beginning till the end. And then if you are a first-time visitor to my channel, I'll ask you to subscribe kindly and then like, comment, and share. Because if you have been here for 8 months, as I wanted to say, for 8 minutes, and you have probably enjoyed the conversation and you are still here, you have enjoyed it. And yeah, keep going. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.